If you're banking with Chase Bank, this video is going to be very, very valuable for you. I'm going to be breaking down some of the hidden wealth building tools that Chase Bank has to offer. And I'm going to give them to you because legislation has changed in recent years that has allowed Chase Bank or encouraged Chase Bank to make themselves more accessible to underserved communities. We're going to be covering consumer deposit side, credit related products, small business banking and lending products, and we're going to be covering the investment side as well, covering the products, features, and services, and even programs that Chase Bank is offering that's going to focus on underserved communities, low to moderate income communities, those of us that have been locked out to the powerhouse that JP Morgan Chase is when it comes to assisting their clients with wealth creation. So the moral of this video is to give you what you need to navigate the relationship with Chase Bank to get more out of it than just transactions. A lot of us think Chase Bank is well outside of our wheelhouse, that we're nowhere near rich enough for Chase to give a damn about us. And the reality of it is nothing could be further from the truth. Of course, JP Morgan Chase is emphatically tied in with its wealthy customers. But that having been said, there's a huge push towards reaching these underserved communities that a lot of us come from. And I mean a huge push. JP Morgan Chase alone has dedicated tens of billions of dollars in various products, services, and programs that I'm going to cover in this video that are tailored to reach out to our communities after being marginalized for so long. And this is going to open a pathway to having better access to financial resources, financial education, professional advice, guidance, and expertise, and the tools and the programs that you need to get off the ground with your wealth building journey. So if we take a look first, we're going to look at the consumer side of the relationship. This is where it usually starts for most of us, checking and savings accounts. We're not going to go through every checking and savings account that Chase Bank has to offer. What I want to emphasize for you is the products that you may not be aware of that can be the entry level for you depending on where you are in your financial journey. So an example of that is going to be the first for checking accounts that Chase Bank offers, which is for age brackets as young as 6 years old up to the age of 17. It's an online banking account that allows you to start teaching the youth more about money development habits and banking. This account is available online with Chase Bank only. It's not open in a branch, but there's no minimum balance requirements, and it's a great way for parents and guardians to start teaching their younger people about money. The high school checking is the next up. This is going to be for 13 to 17-year-olds that are in their high school years in school, and this is a free account as well. It gives them more autonomy and flexibility in engaging with their own banking relationships and financial needs while still having a guardian join on the account with them for support and guidance along the way in that process. Again, no service fees, no minimum balance requirements with this account. The next one's going to be the college checking account. If you're 17 to 24 and you're in college and can prove it, this account is going to allow you to step into being your own on your own as the sole owner if you wish to be on the account, depending on if you are in the right age bracket and in college. This account also, as long as you're in college and in the proper age bracket, this account is service fee free with no minimums. Now, once you get out of college, beyond the age of 24, or you graduate out of college, then the account starts to have a minimum requirement of a direct deposit of $500 or more to waive the service fee. But in the meantime, if you fit the bill, this is another opportunity for you to walk yourself in the door with a phenomenal financial institution that has a ton of online features, perks, and benefits that you can access simply by being a student in the right age bracket. Now, the next one is going to be a hybrid of an entry-level checking account and a second chance checking account. It's called the Chase Secure Banking. This account does have account minimums, but it's only a $250 direct deposit coming in to waive the $4.95 a month service fee. It has almost all of the standing checking account features that Chase Bank offers, but it does have limitations on not allowing wire transfers, not allowing check writing, and not allowing overdraft. Again, the account is designed to support those with second chance needs. So it's an account with a lot of guardrails and parameters to minimize your likelihood of overdrawing the account unintentionally or intentionally abusing the account, putting yourself in a bad position. Now, if we graduate ourselves over to the savings products, the Chase Bank has a basic Chase savings account that only requires a $300 minimum deposit to stay in at all times to waive the $5 a month fee. Or if you have an active checking account, a minimum transfer amount automatically of $25 a month will waive the fee on your savings account, allowing you to get established with getting your emergency funds together and your basic savings tools. If we graduate out the credit products, Chase Bank is well known for having some of the best credit cards in the space. That having been said, many of us may believe that there's nothing on the table for us that may be coming from a no credit or low credit background. Chase Bank has answered this issue. They put out the Chase Freedom Rise. This credit card is dedicated again to those who are brand new to credit with low to no credit history. It is designed to leverage and lean in on your banking relationship with them. So what they require is a $250 balance in your checking or savings account, or a combination in between, a combination of the two at the time of applying. It is not a security deposit. Chase Bank does not offer secure credit cards. They just need you to have $250 in a deposit relationship with them at the time of applying to dramatically increase your chances of approval with this card. If you are new or have a low, thin credit profile, this card can be a segue in with a major bank that still gets rewards points and has great perks and benefits with no annual fee, and automatically assessed for credit limit increases after 6 months of good usage that can branch you off into other quality cards with Chase Bank and other financial institutions. Now that we've covered the deposit side really well, we've dipped into the credit side. Now we need to branch over to the credit journey tool to wrap up on the credit side. This is going to be a feature that allows you to track your credit reporting and identity monitoring for free through Experian using your Vantage 3.0 scoring. This is going to be a phenomenal way for you to track your credit score and learn more about how your credit score is derived so you can better navigate developing a healthy credit score. It's free on the platform, and you don't even have to be a client with Chase Bank to access it. Now, this is a cool key feature about it is the fact that they use Experian. Most other banks are using TransUnion or Equifax, including Credit Karma, to track your credit score. So Chase Bank's credit journey with Experian balances out your other apps or other banks or financial institutions that are providing you your credit score through their platform. Chase Bank is one of the only ones I know of that's providing Experian. Now let's branch over to homeownership. When we look at the homeownership side, Chase Bank is offering, first off, home buyers grants. These grants are tailored towards low and moderate income areas. This has to be an area that has more 50% of minority homeowners in the area. So it is designed to target areas that have been traditionally underserved and have lower home ownership rates on average. This doesn't mean it has to be in the ghetto or in the hood, by the way. And these grants go up anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000. This grant program opens the door to the cash-strapped home buyer or prospective home buyer that needs a little bit of a bump or assistance towards closing costs, buying down their rate, or just money towards the down payment. Again, the only eligibility criteria is where you buy the home. They're intending to put this in areas that are low to moderate income. The next thing is going to be low down payment products. On top of FHA, VA, they have a Dream Maker loan that only requires 3% down, and it's a conventional loan. So that means that you may be able to get yourself out of mortgage insurance or the PMI that could be attached for anything under a 20% down payment, unlike FHA where you could be stuck with mortgage insurance. So the Dream Maker loan can be really good for those who are cash strapped or need a little assistance or a little bit of a pick me up towards the cash they need to close on their first or their next home. So the next is going to be business lending. Chase Bank, of course, is collaborated and offers SBA-backed lending products, which can be very helpful. We know that SBA offers startup loans to newer businesses and smaller businesses using this 7A program as an example. They're also the Chase Bank's CDFI investment, community development financial institutions. These institutions are literally designed and tailored to provide financial services and lending products to underserved communities, and Chase Bank funds these institutions heavily all around the nation. They collaborate with these institutions and provide the funding that's needed to reach clientele that may not be qualified for them yet on the mainstream basis. So if you're looking for small business financing, CDFIs, which are all over the country, Chase Bank is a huge funder and supporter of these institutions, and you can end up getting indirectly supported by Chase Bank to get access to your first business loan, line of credit, working capital, installment loan, equipment loan that you need to get your business operational off the ground or to scale it up. Once you get your financials in order and get your business to the next level, this could open the door to you getting into Chase Bank's primary small business lending products itself. This is going to be the segue that you need. So Chase Bank is pouring resources as well as educational seminars and other resources to help small businesses, including women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, and veteran-owned businesses. Chase Bank has resources and lending products, special underwriting available to these unique and underserved business owners. Now, the last one is going to be the investment side. A lot of us, this is immediately out of the window for a lot of us. We immediately assume that you need tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started investing with Chase Bank. And the reality, again, is that's not true. Chase Bank offers a self-directing investing platform where you can actually invest as little as $1,000, and in some cases, absolutely nothing to get started with your investment account there. It is self-directed. What that basically means is that you have to pick your own products, but that having been said, there's no commission or trading fees, and you are able to get started with anywhere from $0 to $1,000, depending on how you want to jump on the platform and get started investing and building wealth in the stock market or the bond market. There's also a plethora of fixed income products. So examples of that would be CDs and money market accounts for you to park excess cash that you may have. JP Morgan's self-directed You Invest account allows you to get in with a very low barrier to entry and get started building wealth. Once you breach the $25,000 mark in investments or deposits, then you can start working your way into a virtual advisor. And then at 100,000 plus, you can actually get a private client advisor inside of a Chase branch. So getting the seeds planted in the self-directed account can graduate you to some of Chase's more premier features, benefits, and their licensed professionals as well. So this is going to wrap this video up where I've covered literally the core fundamental hidden non-advertised features and benefits, products and services that Chase Bank offers that many people don't know about if they're not already using them, that can allow you to go from being underserved to one of the premier clients that Chase Bank has, building your wealth along the way with one of the greatest financial institutions in this country that has unfortunately developed a reputation of being only for the wealthy. This is a video designed to show you that if you're banking with Chase Bank, there's a lot more available to you and you don't have to be rich to access it. Comment down below and let me know what your relationship is like with Chase Bank. What's your history like with Chase Bank? Have you had negative experiences? And then what products, services, programs, or features did I name that you weren't aware existed that you potentially could use or someone in your family or your household or a loved one could benefit from? Comment down below. So all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. I want you to like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel so the channel can continue to support you. Get in the description section down below so you can tie in with me on Instagram and TikTok at this time, so we can continue to share more information and higher levels of inspiration. Other than that, I want each and every one of you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.